Hey guys, and welcome to Lost Bits, the series where we explore video game content that goes unused, altered, and unseen. So a little while ago in my video on Just Shapes and Beats, I mentioned the idea of making a video on Deometry Gash, and many of you seemed on board, so here we are with a bit of a shorter video this time. This totally not spiritual successor to the Impossible game quickly grew in popularity since its original release in 2013. And even now, it still has quite a dedicated fan base with some pretty crazy creations being made with the game's engine. And now, recently, as I make this video, after several years of virtually no updates, a new one has been teased. Once that's out, if enough of you are interested, I'll of course revisit this game with a follow-up video. And as always, if at any point you enjoyed this video, do consider dropping a like down below. It really does help a bunch, and if you'd like, subscribe to find your way back for future videos. And with all of that said, it's time to dash some geometries and find some lost bits. Alright, before we get to the final release of the game, there's actually some footage of the game uploaded by the game's creator, Robert Tapala, that shows off an earlier version of Geometry Dash. This beta build being shown off here actually features a song that never made it into the final game. The song is Ultimate Destruction by TMM43, and for whatever reason, although used here in this video, this song, as well as the stage, were apparently never actually intended to be released in full, as I guess the intention was simply to use it as a proof of concept for the beta. I think it's kind of strange. Maybe it was an issue with licensing the song or something, but it seems like a bit of a waste of effort to make this stage to just not use it. Over time though, some elements from the stage were used in the base after base stage, and now with user levels being made since the version 1.9 update, some user-made stages with the song have been made, so at least we got that. Also, I'm sure probably many of you already know this, but as seen at the end of this video as well as its title, at this point in development, the game wasn't actually called Geometry Dash yet, but instead Geometry Jump. Being uploaded on April 29th, 2013, this means that the decision to change the name of the entire game was made less than 4 months before the game's release on August 13th. Now, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I think it was a good call on the name change though. And now onto the final and current release of the game. First up are several normally unselectable songs in Geometry Dash's level editor. When accessing the level editor and selecting a song to use, only 21 different tracks can be chosen. But it turns out that the game actually contains a total of 37 slots. And if you do the quick math there, that leaves 16 slots that are hidden away here. Several of these songs by artists like F777, Dex Arson, and Waterflame aren't normally seen in the main game here, but are instead used in other releases of Geometry Dash like Meltdown or Sub-Zero. Then, 2 of the slots, slots 0 and 36, just default to the Back on Track track, and slot 25 just reuses the song from The Challenge. As of the 2.11 update, all of the audio files for the songs that don't normally get used in this game were added to this game, and currently it's unclear as to why. Are they planned to be added to the main game at some point in the future? It's still unclear, but if so, it's certainly been a long time coming. And next up are several graphics that go unused here in Geometry Dash. The first of these are a few that are actually graphics from the free mobile spin-off release Geometry Dash World. First, we got this here graphic featuring a TV with a play sign surrounded by orbs. Now, in the iOS version of Geometry Dash World, this graphic was seen in the shop where players were able to tap this graphic in order to watch an ad play out in order to receive 100 orbs. If you've ever played pretty much any free-to-start mobile game, I'm sure you're well familiar with stuff like this. Now, this graphic specifically is apparently the version meant for when graphics were set too high, but in the Android and iOS releases of the game, the maximum graphic settings are capped at medium, leaving this bad boy never seen there either. Then in a similar fashion, there's this graphic of the Dashlands and Toxic Factory worlds, also from Geometry Dash World, seen here vertically and horizontally. These two are apparently a high-quality version of the graphics, which for the same reason also aren't used in the mobile releases. Next up are a pair of unused icons, both with a regular as well as crossed-out variant. This is for a BPM or beats per minute button, as well as this unused auto checkpoint button. The BPM button would very likely toggle the BPM of the song to be shown on screen, while the auto checkpoint button is obviously an early version of this option, which instead just got relegated to the bottom of the pause menu here. Apparently this button was also seen in some gameplay footage that's believed to be from a pre-release build of the game. Next up is this here graphic for a watch replay button, which goes unused in the PC version of the game. This was used for the Every Play mode once available in the mobile versions of Geometry Dash, where the player could share and watch level replays. But that mode has since been removed from the game, making it a lost bit in itself. Next is this unused image of Scratch, the secret shop merchant, where he appears angry. Now, as of the current release of the game, Scratch never does get angry, leaving this image never culled. But this graphic was essentially reworked for Potpour, the community shop merchant, where he does get mad when mentioning his refund policy, or lack thereof. And lastly here, there are a few block types from Geometry Dash's level editor mode that go unused. First up are these here old color triggers. Now these were seen in the game starting from the version 2.0 update, but were then removed in version 2.1 as the color triggers were combined into just a single block in which all of the different options can then be toggled. Interestingly enough though, apparently due to compatibility reasons, all of these graphics are still found present in the game's files. Then next is this block for an unused fade effect in which it appears that it would cause the blocks to snap in and out from the screen at seemingly random angles. It's a pretty cool effect, but in practice it was apparently pretty glitchy, suggesting that it wasn't fully developed, which should be obvious considering it isn't normally accessible. What's even weirder is that if you don't hide this block, it still has regular block collision. And lastly is this unused start position block. Yes, that POS is short for position, not an acronym for anything else. Anyways, despite it appearing identical to the starting position block, which of course dictates where the player of the stage starts the level, this unused variant actually just acts like a regular block, with full collision and everything. Now I strongly doubt that this was ever planned on being implemented like this, cause yeah, this just doesn't really look right. So I really have no idea what the purpose of this unused block could be. Whatever it might have been though, it shouldn't really be surprising that it got the snip. And that's about it, at least for now. Like I said, once Update 2.2 rolls around, if there's anything to talk about, and if enough of you are interested, I'm definitely down for more dashing of the geometric variety. But till then, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, be sure to check out some more of my lost bits. And as always, thank you all so much for tuning in today, and I will see you in a bit.